March 1962. Inside the most powerful room in the world, a secret document had just landed on the desk of the President of the United States. A document capable of triggering World War III. The plan was simple: blow up their own cities, sacrifice their own citizens, and blame another nation to justify a war. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is Operation Northwoods, an official American military blueprint that almost destroyed the world. If you discovered your own government was planning a fake tragedy for power, would you stay silent or fight back? To understand how this madness began, we must return to the height of the Cold War, an era where the fear of communism surpassed human sanity. In 1959, Cuba fell to Fidel Castro. Just 90 miles from the coast of Florida, a hardcore communist stronghold now stood tall. America panicked. The CIA's first attempt to overthrow Castro through the Bay of Pigs invasion ended in a total, humiliating failure for the Pentagon. For the military generals, failure was not an option. If they could not find a reason to invade Cuba, they would create one themselves. Behind the closed doors of the Pentagon, a group of the most elite military minds began drafting the most ruthless conspiracy in modern history. When fear is weaponized, justice is often the first casualty of power. Phase 1 of the plan: execute a false flag operation. They wanted to fake a Cuban military attack on American assets. They planned to swap a commercial passenger plane with an identical military drone aircraft. The plane would be blown up in international airspace. An official announcement would claim hundreds of innocent Americans died in a ruthless Cuban attack. However, this conspiracy did not stop at sea. It was designed to be brought directly into major American cities. The Northwoods document detailed the campaign of bomb terror in Miami, Washington, and beyond. Explosion after explosion would be orchestrated by the Pentagon itself. They would position fake agents to scatter fabricated evidence, ensuring the entire world believed Castro was the mastermind behind the bloodshed. Their audience psychology strategy was flawless. When citizens feel terrified and angry, they themselves will demand the government go to war. Their ultimate objective? A full-scale invasion of Cuba, the overthrow of Castro, and absolute Pentagon control over the territory. Every single chief of the United States military signed this document. The plan was ready to launch. Only one obstacle remained. In your opinion, are fake provocation tactics like this still used in world conflicts today? March 13th, 1962. General Lyman Lemnitzer presented Operation Northwoods directly to President John F. Kennedy. He was confident the young president would comply. Reading line by line through the ruthless plan, Kennedy's face turned pale before hardening into absolute fury. Kennedy rejected the plan instantly. He firmly stated that America would never sacrifice its own people for a fabricated war. Months later, Kennedy stripped Lemnitzer of his command. However, Kennedy's brave decision ignited an eternal enmity with the Pentagon elite. Standing against the tide of corruption often demands the highest price from a leader. A year later, in November 1963, John F. Kennedy was assassinated in Dallas. To this day, many believe his refusal to bow to the military's secret agendas sealed his fate. For 30 years, the Operation Northwoods documents were hidden from the world. They were only declassified in 1992, exposing the true face of unchecked power. This story teaches us that a nation's greatest enemy is sometimes not from the outside, but from within the minds of those obsessed with power. History reminds us to always question the narratives that build fear, for the truth is often hidden behind the veil of shadows. Truth may be temporarily erased by power, but the past always finds a way to reveal itself. The valuable life lesson here is, never let fear blind our moral vision from seeing the truth. Do you believe John F. Kennedy died because he defended his people's morality? Share your thoughts below.